Ready or Not is one of the hardest shooter games, and I'm going to show you guys how to get this shirt, in my opinion, pretty easily. I'm just going to prove that I own the shirt in the game real quick. As you can see, it's right there. Once you spawn into the mission, obviously you're going to want to have your squad maybe look through the window or the door. If you're doing it in single player, they're choosing to follow you, obviously check the stairs and window first before you go in guns blazing. Have your guys' loadout on less lethal, or else, well, if you don't understand what S tier means, pretty much basic part about it is just pretty much take everyone alive and don't kill anyone. And it seems easy, but no, it's not. It's easier said than done. And it's one of the hardest missions in the game already, and I'm telling you, a B tier feels a lot better than an S tier in this mission, and I think anyone that's played this game knows that. A B tier is much easier than an S tier, and I'm not doing the whole, I'm not gonna do the whole less lethal thing. This was not my run, because I did not record the run, but I did record a mission of this map. Now, what I like to do on this map is clear top, middle, outside, sometimes basement first, and then bottom. Or I will save the basement for last. Basement is usually the hardest part of the mission, and it is usually the hardest part. There is video evidence that you do have to get while you are in here, and some people fail to get the video evidence, like one of my friends who died by getting punched to death somehow in a game where the whole point is you shoot people and they shoot you. He somehow died to getting punched, and I think that was kind of funny. There is sometimes civvies in here, so you do gotta watch out. There is sometimes civvies, multiple civvies, or his daughter in here. And if you do not know the lore of this mission, he was doing some bad stuff. Uh, pretty bad stuff. It relates to George Brixley, the daycare, and yeah, just some weird, very, very creepy child predator stuff, and things that you should never do. And if you do, then my friend would like to tell you that he will show up and slap you in the face, or do something worse that I will not disclose. So, if you don't want, if you never do this, what this guy did in real life, because it's very, very bad, I would recommend not searching it up. But once you're in here, you're going to want to clear these two doors, because these doors, they can somehow, in some way, come back to bite you. And they are very, very annoying to deal with once they get through these doors. So, just don't do anything dumb while you're in those doors, and you should be fine. Now, the basement. Not the basement, the middle. They can shoot you through these windows, and it is very, very annoying, to say the least. This door, you don't want this door open, so that's why I closed it, to check for any civvies, and I was getting shot at, so that was pretty bad. As I said, quite a deadly level, and you can really get shot from anywhere, and that is why I recommend doing this in single player. I would not recommend at all doing this in multiplayer. That would not go well, and for some reason I could not shoot at this guy. But watch bottom. As I said, you should probably, this is why I usually clear bottom last, because this is where the most suspects tend to be. And just so everyone is aware, when you go down these stairs, you just be 100% ready for a guy to be right there in your face, because they like to push upstairs, and they like to, once getting upstairs, to shoot you in the face. So just be aware of that, and hope that you are wearing a helmet, because if you are not, this mission is even worse, and this mission is already pretty bad in the first place. So, and when your team is clearing, I would recommend watching bottom here, this door, because they do tend to come through that door. And watch for civvies. There is some civvies that look like the bad guys, and that's where you'll find it out in the basement. There is a lot of civvies down there, and a lot of hostages. What am I talking? There's a lot of bad guys that like to look like the civvies. And it is very, very annoying because I have shot some civvies by accident. I'm not going to disclose any moments. This is the level that after I've already S-tiered it and already done it multiple times, I still find my ways to die on this map. And yeah, this is one of the reasons. Check this garden, because they like to hide in this garden, and they like to shoot you up in this garden. It's just all combined together, what they like to shoot. And, well, this guy had a pretty bad day. He didn't have too good of a day. And, well, you want to take him alive, ideally, if you're doing this. So, if you're in that situation where they're right there, either send your squad to deal with him, or flash him. And that'll work pretty well. I have no clue who they were shooting here. And just have your squad literally, quite frankly, shoot everyone. Don't do any of the shooting yourself. I promise you that the AIs have much more powerful guns, and it will not go well for you. And that is something that you have to learn. And do not go out there where you see that tent, or whatever you call that thing. Send your squad out first, and you're gonna see why here soon when I call them to go out there. I sent them to move, and as you can see, well, they're already shooting people, because normally there is a guy that sits right there on the right, and I would not recommend, because usually people are going to be running the beanbag, and the beanbag shotgun does not have nearly as much range as you're going to want to have for this mission. And so that's one of the issues. And oh yeah, this guy was down in my defense, and I ran out of ammo, and he got back up. I'm now just realizing it when editing. He got back up and started shooting. I think they can play dead. I think they were playing dead, or this man just, or this man just somehow was alive again after a little bit. This, another example. Civvies look like the bad guys, the bad dudes, and aim is full. Arrest him. Do not kill him. Now, obviously, I arrested him when I did this playthrough. I did not kill him. I arrested him. Because that's actually how you get a better grade. Amos Full is the guy that did everything, and he's the guy that made the basement. He's the guy that put everything in the basement, and he is the guy who hired the security guards, obviously, on his daughter's 18th birthday. And I think you can understand, some of you can understand what he did if you are old enough. But if you are not, then I don't know how to help you if you don't. But obviously there is so much evidence to secure in this map that you're most likely not going to get all of it. There is so much of it. It is an insane amount. And for some reason, if you're not even doing this playthrough with the trying to get S tier, if you shoot the guy while he's on his knees, he's a suspect. For some reason, you lose points on your grade, so watch out for that. For some reason, that's dumb. And for unauthorized use of force, which is honestly quite stupid. And never walk off like I did if you're doing the playthrough. Never walk off. And yes, I'm closing that door because that room is absolutely disgusting. never walk off from these guys, because they're the people that will help you escape this map and successfully get an S tier. I had to do 2 days of grinding on this map. That's how I do this so well. It's not gonna, what I'm doing right now is not gonna look anywhere near as well as probably your first playthrough of the map if you're just getting this game. It's not gonna look anywhere near like this playthrough, obviously, because suspects are gonna spawn in different places, and if you're new to the game, you're gonna still have to learn this map. And I spent 3 days. One of those days was learning the map, understanding where everyone is, and then I spent a day trying to S tier it, and then I spent another day plus one all-nighter S tiering this map. This map is brutal. It is insanity. This map is traumatizing to die on, because this map is at least 30 minutes long. Every 30 minutes is a playthrough of this map. And this map sucks to fail, to die in, and that is one of the things. Although we already cleared out, so I'm gonna cut to the basement. Obviously, this is not the basement, and this is outside. The reason why is you should send your guys down here, because there is a guy that tends to camp on these stairs, and he is very, very annoying to get rid of. And I've actually died because he tends to hit a headshot, probably because you're walking down the stairs, he's down, his best line of fire is your head, and that is why you should send these guys first, and especially the one with the riot shield. It is a very deadly force, and that is mostly the issue with this map. Down here, I'm gonna be honest, I cannot show on YouTube what is in this basement, and so that's why I'm just gonna say, you've seen what to do already, just send your squad. Alright, once you send your squad in the basement, obviously it's time to find... I found all the suspects before I found all the civvies, and really that's this entire level and explained how to do it all, and that is all from me today.